I'm Fedi Charowski, the founder and CEO of Quorum Cyber. We are a threat management company at the heart of it, right? So we focus on a collection of managed security services and some really cool professional services, particularly where we work with incident response and what we call our threat tower. So we basically show up as the SWAT team to help companies fight against their worst day when they're suffering a destructive breach or a cybersecurity attack. Companion to that is our managed security services practice, where we run 24/7 detection and response solutions. We go to market with a collection of professional managed security services. In the managed security services space, you have your more traditional NDR or MXDR type offerings where we do 24/7 detection and hunting and response to security events. And we're a Microsoft only partner, which means all our services in managed and professional are delivered unleashing the power of what the Microsoft solutions can offer. Now, in the last couple of years, Microsoft's done a ton of investment in AI, as I'm sure we all know. And we've seen the AI capabilities kind of water and feed everything we do. So how we run our SOC and our MDR and MXDR services is super powered, and we leverage AI capabilities in order to deliver better services. The same in professional services, where we have, for example, our incident response team that gets involved with really serious breaches. We deal with about 1,000, north of 1,000 incidents a year, where with the incident response team gets deployed. AI is giving us a force multiplier to do more work there faster, better, ultimately getting to the right outcome better. So I think AI as a capability is something we are using as a service provider, but then we also have a second stream of consciousness where we're helping customers adopt AI solutions in their environments. And the same disciplines that we've used to adopt them ourselves, we translate them into capabilities to help our customers better adopt those solutions for themselves. We tend to think of AI in terms of three discrete buckets almost. And it's oversimplifying it, but it helps think about it in a way. So on one stream, you have how do you best adopt Microsoft native AI solutions like M365 Copilot or Copilot for Security, Security Copilot, right? And a lot of our work as Quorum Cyber to help customers adopt these solutions has been about prepping the data that you need to have available for you to be able to consume those AI safely, right? Because the adoption of AI, when done wrong, and by done wrong, I mean you haven't thought about the risks that it can bring, come from actually not having cleaned up your data that you're going to feed into the model for you to use the model as a tool. So our AI data security practice has done a lot of work with customers looking to adopt M365 Copilot, for example, doing all the implementation of the Purview solution set that enables them to classify the data, to really think about the data flows, to understand who uses data, so that once that data is into the model, into Copilot, it's not creating any risks where you're surfacing data to the wrong people, or you're effectively causing data breaches by not having designed that data security element before you adopted Copilot, which is, so that product's been a really key part of our success working with customers where they wanted to adopt M365 Copilot for their entire corporate, but they needed to do that data hygiene and that data security element first. So that's one stream of thought. The other stream of thought has been where we have helped customers adopt AI capabilities more generally. So we've implemented our own AI solutions to the delivery of our services, and we've learned quite a lot through that. So that's been through the OpenAI Azure services, where we build our own models around our investigations, for example, and around our tickets, so that we can find commonality between our customers. And we've again shared that through consulting engagements with customers trying to build their own models as opposed to consuming Microsoft's kind of boxed solutions. And then the third stream of consciousness is customers that are trying to build their own models, again, OpenAI, for example, in Azure, the security around that model, right? What happens when somebody's trying to do prompt injection into that model? Who monitors for that? And how do you respond to it? What happens when somebody's trying to exfiltrate data from the model? Who monitors that? How do you detect for it? So our managed security service does not show up in more of an AI MDR, where we help customers monitor and hunt for threats in the models when they're live and being used. So you have a service about adoption and safe adoption and implementation of data security. How do you then build your own models, and what lessons do we have from having built our own in our Azure? And then 24/7 detection and response to AI attacks to the models that you run. That's how we think about AI in customer land. There's two main sides for us. On the one hand, we spend a lot of our time thinking about bad guys, right? And how do bad guys use AI capabilities in order to launch more sophisticated attacks or to better achieve their objectives. We're definitely seeing a retooling of the threat landscape where the threat actors have spent their time now really perfecting their tools and adopting AI solutions for the attacker side of the fence. So this brings with it a whole cohort of new challenges where we were already feeling we were fighting an asymmetrical war where threat actors are better equipped than most of our customers. And that's ultimately how kind of the where we bring value is we try to level the playing field and we own that risk space for our customers. But I think when you have now threat actors that are geared with really sophisticated AI solutions, that just elevates the temperature of the room, which means we need to be elevating our own skills, but also our customers need to be doing more and being more aware of the size and complexity of the threat that we face. So I think there's a whole universe of pain about threat actor retooling, threat actor behaviors changing, and what we're facing as an adversary at the moment is quite different to what we were in a pre-AI world. On the other stream of thought on the what can we do about it, I think agentic AI is much more tangible, an AI product, if you want, or an AI capability than the traditional Gen AI, generative AI models we're working as. We see agentic AI starting to show up really aggressively as we can deploy agents to deal with insider risk, or we can deploy agents to help and support the security operations teams and the threat hunting teams, almost like a peer in true sense, a co-pilot to the human teams. Agentic AI brings a really tangible outcome to this generation of AI services and capabilities. So I think we're going to see the development of really strong AI agents. That comes with its own risks as well, because the AI agents are really black boxed, right? You can't really interrogate what is an AI agent going to do. You can inspect it after they've done it, but you can't inspect what they're going to do. So I'm seeing the risk where AI agents get Trojanized to have almost like a dual purpose, the purpose that they're there to fulfill or pretend to fulfill, but also maybe a more darker side where we don't know what else are they going to be doing when they're in our environments. So yeah, threat actor retooling and agentic AI in security, definitely two things that are occupying a lot of my mind space at the moment. I think we've done an incredible amount of work in understanding threat actor. That's certainly one of the differentiators we hear back from our customers when not only they buy, but when they renew or they continue to expand into our portfolio, is they really value the amount of work and investment we've done in our threat intelligence practice and how we make it a point to really deeply understand who's out there doing what are the techniques, the tools, and to really bring all those lessons learned and to water and feed that into our product, right? So all our services are evergreen because they're constantly being adapted to face off against the latest and greatest threat methodology that's been designed by the dark side of the force. We also then have our incident response practice who deals with real incidents every day. So the lessons learned from every incident also feeds into our product. So when we need to give advice and recommendations on how to increase posture or how to kind of reduce risk, we're not doing it against a standard that everybody follows. We're doing it against the lessons learned from the latest breaches that we're responding to. So we know for real what's working and what's not and what's being exploited by threat actors. So I think when you bring all that understanding of threat actor behavior and that experience of incident that not a lot of people have, and you can make that part of your managed security services, so we can own and run that 24/7 for customers, all of this makes us really different. And when you finally bake all that into, and we just do this with Microsoft, so we don't have to be great at 100 tools, we choose to be the best at combining and exploiting the Microsoft ecosystem to its fully, that I think makes us really different. It doesn't preclude us from working with customers that are hybrid. It's just that we use Microsoft solutions to resolve problems across that entire landscape. So Microsoft, threat actor intelligence, our incident response experience, I think combine all of that and you have a pretty powerful formula that is quite unique.